Now then, today in the box I've got the ALTHY H2005 hydrogen water bottle. Now let's give it a go, but first be sure to check my full review down there and to press like and subscribe. Now many thanks, and let's get on with it. Okay, let's look inside the box, and here's the bottle itself, which really does have a posh and upmarket feel to it, and there's the USB-C charging port concealed behind the grommet, and like I say, it does have a distinctly upmarket feel to it, more so than the cheaper version I tested earlier. And the lid comes off, as you can see, to decant the hydrogen water. Now the base comes shipped with this cover, which has some water in it to keep the hydrogen cell moist and ready to work. So make sure you remove that cover before you attempt to use the device. And there it is. Now next we get the USB-C charging cable, which is a standard cable. There's an adapter to allow an external drinking bottle to be connected directly to the hydrogen base. It just screws in place and then the bottle screws on top, but we'll look at that in more detail later. Always remember to replace the cap if the bottle is going to be left unattended for any length of time. And finally, here's the user guide. Just pause and zoom in to read it. Now charging is nice and simple. It's the standard USB-C port, and the 1 hour charge of the 1100 mAh battery should give you about 15 operating cycles, and you can monitor the charging status and the battery level from the unit itself. Operation is just as simple: long press to turn on, short press once for a 6-minute cycle, short press again for a 12-minute cycle. You can make up to 3 consecutive 12-minute cycles, but if you do, be sure to remove and replace the lid momentarily between cycles to avoid a build-up of air. So I've already tested one hydrogen water bottle from ALTHY and was very impressed. But I was very keen to try this new one because this one is more than double the price, so I want to see in what way is this better. Well, firstly and most importantly, this one generates far more hydrogen in the time period. The other one I think did about 2,000 parts per billion, and this one will do up to 5,000 parts per billion depending on the settings made. Also, this one has an attractive visual display, so when the process is taking place, it looks really rather good. There's also a digital countdown timer on the front to tell you just how long you have to wait before you get your water. And that really is it. As with the other hydrogen bottle, The build quality is first rate, presentation is first rate, and it really does look like a classy piece of kit. And so I think, for the price, even though it is more expensive, I think it's worth the difference. And so for me, this is rather a decent buy.